about the relevance of our project, we can underline how is it important to visit museums in our time and how interesting can it be to dive into the history of paintings and biography of their authors.
The purpose of the project is the development of prerequisites for value semantic perception and understanding of works of art through the implementation of independent creative activity. Kuznetsov Pavel Varfolomeevich was born in the family of the icon painter Kuznetsov Varfolomei Fedorovich. At the age of 19, Pavel Kuznetsov entered the Moscow School of Painting, Sculpture and Architecture, where he and a group of students created the creative community Blue Rose. Fame came to the Russian artist Kuznetsov Pavel Varfolomeevich early. He wasn't 30 years old when his works were presented in 1906 in Paris at the famous exhibition of Russian art. The master lived a long life, reaching old age. His last works were still lifes and landscapes. Pavel Varfolomeevich Kuznetsov died in 1968 on February 22 in Moscow. In Saratov, the birthplace of Kuznetsov, in the House Museum of Kuznetsov and the Museum of Radishev, there is a permanent exhibition of his works.
In the picture we can see a mountain landscape and the wooden ribbon of a serpentine running up. Mountain peaks sparkle to the right of the path and sea invitingly blue in the distance of the path. I want you to pay attention to the construction and color scheme of the painting. Written freely, this picture is imbued with a cheerful mood and a bright optimistic world. The space of the painting looks flattened and afloats from the bottom up. The artist organizes the composition with the help of repetitive elements and complex color design. This is a truly summer landscape. The abundance of bright colors is amazing, from golden yellow to light blue. However, such a variety of colors and shapes does not deprive the picture of harmony of color and space at all. Once again, I want you to pay attention to the mood of the picture. Every scene that appears before us is flooded with sunlight, which sets the picture in a bit radiant mood. When you look at the picture, you involuntarily feel the life-giving warmth, hear the sound of sea waves, and feel the most pleasant smells of southern natural resources. The author managed to create a beautiful, magically alluring image of the Crimean nature as based in the sunlight. Pavel Kuznetsov's house went to the Radishev Museum in 1988 in a dilapidated state. The artist left him in his early youth. The family of the younger brother lived in it, and then strangers. Unfortunately, it was ruined by the last inhabitants, but the workers found everything that was preserved after Pavel Kuznetsov. His personal belongings are almost gone, and initially it was his work that created a precedent for the emergence of the future museum. The first actions were public action in 1998. In the spring, a simple garden was planted on the territory adjacent to the house. In summer and autumn, exhibitions took place on Sundays on the site between the skeleton of the house and the garden, accompanied by news releases on radio and TV. The catalyst for the decision was the action Silence of Flowers, in which the city community actively participated. Construction work continued in winter, and at the beginning of 2001 the museum was opened. The house where the artist Pavel Varfolomeevich Kuznetsov lived and worked is an object of cultural heritage of regional significance. Pavel Kuznetsov's house museum was included in the program for the preservation of historical and cultural heritage, which Vyacheslav Volodin implements in Saratov region. Vyacheslav Volodin noted, "We are preparing to start the restoration of 23 cultural heritage sites at once. It is necessary to do everything qualitatively, but the museum cannot fully engage in construction. It is necessary to gather specialists specializing in historical restoration. We set a high bar for ourselves in order to restore the original appearance of Pavel Kuznetsov's house, to return the wind to him. When visiting the museum, we got acquainted with the history of the house where Pavel Kuznetsov lived, saw various household items of that time. We were also told the biography of the artist and how events in his life were reflected in the palette of each work.
Art plays a big role in a person's life. It is able to convey real feelings and emotions without expressing in words. Works of art inspire people, make them better and stronger, give them strength to live. The role of museums is invaluable in the modern world. Museums preserve cultural heritage, strengthen cultural identity, and are important in fostering a sense of patriotism. The experience of many generations has been collected and comprehended in museums, and this is incredibly important because every new generation passes the way of mastering the spiritual and material wealth of society. With our speech, we want to support Vyacheslav Volodin's initiative to return Pavel Kuznetsov's House Museum to its original appearance, so that not only our generation but also the next ones could keep in touch with history, join the art, and perhaps even connect their lives with a creative profession.